What's up, y'all? It's Najee Thomas, also known as Modell. I mean, it's pretty soon. It's gonna get to the point where I'm gonna just say, "What's up?" It's me. You know, it's early. It's 8:03 a.m. No, 8:03 a.m. No, tripping. 8:03 a.m. Well, it's early, so it's kind of damp outside. It was raining 9/23/2014. So it's just another day. Get my day started, and it's starting off pretty well. I didn't get much sleep last night, but I'm not really worried about it. It's like I'm up early. I kind of figure it's for a reason. I'm gonna get my day started, and yeah, it's great. So I mean, I kind of figure like anytime I could start this off early, it's a good thing because you start your day off right. You start your day off with God, and your whole day should go smoothly. And it actually, like I say all the time, it works for me. So I'm just gonna continue to do it. Then when we starting off this early, I can get a lot of stuff done today. So it's a new start for me because you never hardly hear about me just congratulating myself by just getting up early. But yeah, I done got it started. So in other news, here I am. Here I am. This is me. Like I can't even believe I'm wearing this. But it's not bad. It's just the fact that I feel bright. I feel like I'm in highlighter mode. But it's cool. It's cool. You gotta shine somehow. But about this shirt, like my auntie gave me this shirt, and it was gonna be like what between 68 to 77 degrees today. I mean, it won't do too bad. It won't do me too bad. You feel me? Then it's gonna rain a little bit from what I hear. So then my auntie got me this. And I hear that orange is the new black. So I'm black and I'm proud. So yeah, without further ado, man, we about to go ahead and start it. We about to lift our spirits and stay that way. Feel me? And that sounds like a plan. And I think, like I say, day by day I try to realize what I can do to better myself. I feel like I was born to stand out. I feel like I'm already gonna stand out regardless. And it has pressures like to that, pressure comes with that. It could be uncomfortable at times. But I thought early I figured, you know, you could stick out like a sore thumb. But if you notice, try not to be so much of a pain. It's like it's something you really can't help, but yeah, I just thought about like maybe if I applied that. I mean, it was a thought, but it just came to me like, yeah, I mean, stick out like honestly, I don't even know if I should keep this top button because it looks like pajamas, but I like it. I like it, like for real. I like the way it fit. It's straight. But yeah, that's what I thought about. I said, because it's obvious, you see me walking around with this, I'm gonna be sticking out like a sore thumb. But if it's something that you really can't help, then try not to be so much of a pain. Because if you think about it, even if you try to lend people a hand and you become too much, besides helping them, you're gonna hurt them, and eventually you will be amputated. But who wants to take it that far? But it's just something I thought about, and I'm not gonna think too much into it. So it just tells me to really just be there when needed. I guess. I guess. And when I'm not, fall back, fall back. It makes sense. Like, I don't want to make it no long, drawn out conversation. It makes sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to y'all, but it makes sense to me. Like, it just, if it just adds on, and you see how it could help, then it could help. It could help. But besides that, besides me just getting into my whatever, my own thing, we about to see what this word have. First and foremost, and it's like an everyday thing. I'm learning, y'all learning, we learn together. So yeah, this is how it's going to be. It's nothing better than learning together, right? Right. And I was thinking about continuing to grow and grasping and gaining that atonement throughout life. And I feel like the more I thought about it, I got some deeper and further understanding. His understanding apply with mine and apply with others and what people may feel. So I feel like that'll help me out later on. Like I say, I'm still learning, but nothing is overnight. Nothing works overnight. Nothing happens overnight. Everything is not in our own time, in our own. We may feel like we have everything under control, but it's not in our control completely. But faith is what drives us. It's what drives us. As long as we have the will, faith, we put in the work, the prayer, and everything will happen. It's just something that you really just can't explain. It's just something you just have to know. You just have to know. So for those that know, this is just me. We trying to know. We trying to be sure. We trying to know, and we trying to. We know where we trying to go. You feel me? Nobody's perfect. We all go through trials. We all go through mistakes. We have our ups and downs, good days and bad days. I understand. You understand. We understand. So this is what's going to get us through. I just can say that, what I'm saying, regardless how everything may, come on now. You won't ever see me up at 8:10 in the morning reading to y'all up in nobody's face. But it's obvious that, I'm in decent spirits, I'm in good spirits. God is good. He woke me up this morning, he kept me. You feel me? So there's no better way to start your day than to just acknowledge that and realize that. Like, that's so much opportunity every day, so much breath, so much life. It's amazing. It's more than we could ever ask for. And all you have to do is be like, okay, what can I do with this? And that's what I call like a true abundant blessing. Like, I feel like every day that we wake up, that's like an abundant blessing. And just to think that he has even more for us, because the thing is, you have a whole day here. And it's funny how people, I point out women, because what I'm saying, I don't pay too much attention to guys, but the thing is, I am a guy. So I'm like, I do what I can, I do what I have to, but after that, it's just not much to do but the ordinary. But when I chill around these women, I wouldn't say they do what they can, but they do what they have to do. They do what they want to do. They do what's necessary. Then after that, they get bored. So when they get bored, it's like they want to be on the move. Which isn't bad, because you're gonna want to do something. Like, you're gonna want to move around. But the thing is, what I was getting at is just that, let me tie it in. Basically, okay, you get bored. We do what we can. We do what we have to. But basically, there is board time, which is opportunity. There's just space and opportunity to do so much. And who knows how your day can go, especially when you started off with God. And that's just with anybody. Like with space and opportunity. You can get up in the morning, be pissed off, go to work, get fired. You know, just how your day started. You can get up like, oh man, I'm broke. I can't get no job. Go rob a bank and go to jail. It's opportunity, it's space and opportunity. But if you see life as a blessing, it's so many possibilities and there's so many options in front of you that you can do. You can go get up, you can go get a job, the best job that you ever had in your life, you know, a career, you know, one that's just like you can't. You know, a job that you really couldn't see yourself living without. You know, you can get up, you know, no matter what your life is like, you can get up, go get a scratch off. Who never knows what God may bless you with in that certain time. You know, you might be a lucky person, go out there, get a scratch off, and win $500,000 or something like that. You just never know. You know where faith can take you, where God can take you. That's why I say every day. You know, that's why I say, guys, we do what we can, we do what we have to do. Sometimes we're not really outside of the box. We're not really, oh, go here, go there, because you know how it is with us. You know how it is with us. But you know, a woman, I feel like the way their minds work, they're going to utilize as much of their time as possible. And I think a lot of that has to do with faith. Even when they don't know that they have faith, they really don't know that they have as much. The way they can do so much and get so many things accomplished. Sometimes I feel like that's God right there. But for the most part, they realize all the opportunity that's in front of them. And they're able to see what they can do, what they want to do. Like that's how, you know, most of the time I look there, you know, sometimes I scroll my timeline and all I really hear, oh, I got this new job. Oh, I got this new interview. And I'll be like, dang, you got a new job yesterday. You know, back to back to back to back, but that's blessings. And honestly, that's something to be completely proud of. You never know what God is going to throw you. And you know, I was watching Joel Osteen a while back, and he said, I'm not gonna walk through any door that grace didn't bring me through, because that is that door. That that is that one door that you're waiting on. You know, and you just have to know what God has in store for you. And if you don't know what He has in store for you, you just have to know that He has something in store for you. Everything that happens is not in vain. Some days are just not going to go right, but it's something in your day that's going to make your day go right. It's going to be something. It's going to be it's going to be something. I mean, even if you put up with these crappy managers, these crappy people, these 8-hour shifts. That 8-hour shift isn't all day. Then you're gonna get something out of that 8-hour shift. You know, that's why they say, I'm just thinking, I'm just talking, like they say, don't take what's going on in your home to your job. Don't take what's going on in your job to your home. Because those 8 hours aren't gonna be forever. But once you get off that shift, you may have something better at home. It's just gonna totally make your day, make you feel like $1,000,000. Or some people like going to work. I've actually had times where, oh, well, I love my job. I love the pay. I loved everything about it. I loved everything about it. I promise. If I had a job that I loved what I did, loved the environment, loved the people love me back, man. But some people actually have that. Some people have crappy homes, so they love to go to work, so they love to go to school, and who knows what that'll bring in that particular day. Sometimes you have where you go to work, something shut down, and you just go home and you get a free day paid. You might just go to work, find out that employee that's just been bothering you just got laid off, so you don't have to worry about that. Or even when it goes to school, so it comes to school, you go to school, y'all might have a field day just popped up, or just you might just have like an honor roll ticket to really just go to Six Flags or something. I mean, I'm just being random right now, but it's like you never know what God has in store. So if you keep that in mind, He's going to appear. Because if God is on your mind and He's on your heart, He's going to reflect. It's like you can't hide God. You shouldn't want to. It's like you can't. He's going to reflect. God is going to work through others. They're going to see the God in you, more than likely, and He's going to work, and He's going to move in your favor. And this is how He works. This is really how He works. I think a lot of us just have to work on seeking more, including myself. But this is the start. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna ramble. Like, I can't even believe I rambled for like 17 minutes, but whew. I'm up though. Here we go. I guess we'll start with wise sayings. No. Ecclesiastes 5:8. Realities of wealth. If you see oppression of the poor and perversion of justice and righteousness in the province, don't be astonished at the situation, because one official protects another official, and higher officials protect them. The profit from the land is taken by all, the king is served by the field. The one who loves money is never satisfied with money, and whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with income. This too is futile. When good things increase, the ones who consume them multiply. What then is the profit to the owner except to gaze at them with his eyes? The sleep of the worker is sweet, whether he eats little or much, but the abundance of the rich permits him no sleep. There is a sickening tragedy I have seen under the sun, wealth kept by its owner to its harm. That wealth was lost in a bad adventure, so when he fathered a son, he was empty-handed. As he came from his mother's womb, so he will go again, naked as he came. He will take nothing for his efforts that he can carry in his hands. This too is a sickening tragedy. Exactly as he comes, so will he go. What does the one gain who struggles for the wind? What is more, he eats in darkness all his days, with much sorrow, sickness, and anger. Here is what I have seen to be good. It is appropriate to eat, drink, and experience good in all the labor one does under the sun during the few days of his life God has given him, because that is his reward. Furthermore, every man to whom God has given riches and wealth, He has also allowed him to enjoy them. Take his reward and rejoice in his labor, This is a gift of God, for he does not often consider the days of his life because God keeps him occupied with the joy of his heart. Here is a tragedy I have observed under the sun, and it weighs heavily on humanity. God gives a man riches, wealth, and honor, so that he lacks nothing of all he desires for himself, but God does not allow him to enjoy them. Instead, a stranger will enjoy them. This is futile and a sickening tragedy. A man may father 100 children and live many years. No matter how long he lives, he is not satisfied by good things and does not even have a proper burial. I say that a stillborn child is better off than he, for he comes in futility and he goes in darkness, and his name is shrouded in darkness. Though a stillborn child does not see the sun and is not conscious, it has more rest than he. And if he lives 1,000 years twice, but does not experience happiness, do not both go to the same place. A man's labor is for his stomach, yet the appetite is never satisfied. What advantage then does this wise man have over the fool? What advantage is there for the poor person who knows how to conduct himself before others? Better what the eye see than the wonder desired. This too is futile and a pursuit of the wind. Whatever exists was given its name long ago, and it is known what man is, but he is not able to contend with the one stronger than he. For when there are many words, they increase futility. What is the advantage for man? For who knows what is good for man in life, in the few days of his futile life that he spends like a shadow? Who can tell man what will happen after him under the sun? A good name is better than fine perfume, and the day of one's death than the day of one's birth. It is better to go into a house of mourning than to go to a house of feasting, since that there is the end of all mankind, and the living should take it to heart. Grief is better than laughter, for when a face is sad, a heart may be glad. The heart of the wise in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in a house of pleasure. But it is better to listen to rebuke from a wise person than to listen to the songs of fools, for like the crackling of burning thorns under the pot, so is the laughter of the fool. This too is futile. Surely the practice of extortion turns a wise person into a fool, and the bribe destroys the mind. The end of the matter is better than its beginning. A patient spirit is better than a proud spirit. Don't let your spirit rush to be angry, for anger abides in the hearts of fools. Don't say, why were the former days better than these? Since it is not wise of you to ask this, wisdom is good as an inheritance and an advantage to those who see the sun, because wisdom is protection, as money is protection, as the advantage of knowledge is the wisdom preserves the life of its owner. Consider the work of God, for who can straighten out what he has made crooked? In the day of prosperity be joyful, but in the day of adversity consider. God has made the one as well as the other, so that man cannot discover anything that will come after him. In my futile life I have seen everything. There is a righteous man who perishes in spite of his righteousness, and there is a wicked man who lives long in spite of his evil. Don't be excessively righteous, and don't be overly wise. Why should you destroy yourself? Don't be excessively wicked, and don't be foolish. Why should you die before your time? It is good that you grasp that one and do not let the other slip from your hand. For the one who fears God will end up with both of them. Wisdom makes the wise man stronger than 10 rulers of a city. There is certainly no righteous man on the earth who does good and never sins. Don't pay attention to everything people say, or you may hear your servant cursing you. For you know that many times you yourself have cursed others. I have tested all this by wisdom and resolved I will be wise, but it was beyond me. What exists is beyond reach and very deep. Who can discover it? I turn my thoughts to know, explore, and seek wisdom and an explanation for the things, and to know that wickedness and stupidity and folly is madness. And I find more bitter than death the woman who is a trap, her heart a net, and her hands chains. The one who pleases God will escape her, but the sinner will be captured by her. Look, says the teacher, I have discovered this by adding one thing to another to find out the explanation, which my soul continuously searches for, but does not find. Among 1,000 people, I have found one true man. Ugh. But among all these, I have not found a true woman. Only see this, I have discovered that God made people upright, but they pursued many schemes. Who is like the wise person and who knows the interpretation of matter? A man's wisdom brightens his face, and the sternness of his face is changed. Keep the king's command because of your oath made before God. Do not be in a hurry, leave his presence, and do not persist in the bad cause, because he will do whatever he wants. For the king's words is authoritative, and who can say to him, what are you doing? The one who keeps the command will not experience anything harmful, and a wise heart knows the right time and procedure. For every activity there is a right time and procedure, even though man's troubles are heavy on him. Yet no one knows what will happen, because who can tell him what will happen? No one has authority over the wind to restrain it, and there is no authority over the day of death. There is no furlough in battle, and weakness will not allow these who practice to escape. All this I have seen, applying my mind to all the work that is done under the sun, at a time when one man has authority over another to his harm. In such circumstances I saw the wicked buried. They came and went from the holy place, and they were praised in the city where they did go. This too is futile. Because the sentence against a criminal act is not carried out quickly, the heart of people is filled with the desire to commit crime. Although a sinner commits crime 100 times and prolongs his life, yet I also know that they will go well with God-fearing people, for they are reverent before him. However, it will not go well with the wicked, and they will not lengthen their days like a shadow, but they are not reverent before God. There is a futility that is done on the earth. There are righteous people who get what the actions of the wicked deserve, and there are wicked people who get what the actions of the righteous deserve. I say that this too is futile. So I commended enjoyment before, because there is nothing better for man under the sun than to eat, drink, and enjoy himself, for this will accompany him in his labor during the days of his life that God gives him under the sun. When I applied my mind to know wisdom and to observe the activity that is done on the earth, I observed all the work of God and concluded that man is unable to discover the work that is done under the sun. Even though a man labors hard to explore it, he cannot find it. Even if the wise man claims to know it, he is unable to discover it. Indeed, I took all this to heart and explained it all
The righteous, the wise, and their works are in God's hands. People don't know whether to accept, love, or hate. Everything lies ahead of them. Everything is the same for everyone. There is one fate for the righteous and the wicked, for the good, the bad, for the clean and the unclean, for the one who sacrifices and the one who does not sacrifice. And it is for the good, so it is for the sinner. As for the one who takes an oath, so for the one who fears an oath, this is an evil in all that's done under the sun. There is one fate for everyone. In addition, the hearts of people are full of evil. The madness is in their hearts while they live. After that, they go to the dead. But there is hope for whoever is joined with all the living, since a live dog is better than a dead lion. For the living know that they will die, but the dead don't know anything. There is no longer a reward for them because the memory of them is forgotten. Their love, their hate, and their envy have already disappeared, and there is no longer a portion for them in all that is done under the sun. Go eat your bread with pleasure, and go drink your wine with a cheerful heart, for God has already accepted your works. Let your clothes be white all the time, and never let oil be lacking on your head. Enjoy life with the wife you love all the days of your fleeting life, which has been given to you under the sun all your fleeting days. For that is your portion in life and your struggle under the sun. Whatever your hands finds to do, do with all your strength, because there is no work, planning, knowledge, or wisdom in Sheol where you are going. Like I said, I don't want to be a pain. I wish I can never be a pain reading the Word of God, but we're gonna go through this every day because whew, whew, we're gonna put it on us. And honestly, like I was reading like some hours before, so it's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. Like the more you walk to Him, the more He'll come to you. So even with doing this, like I said, we're just learning together. We're walking through it together. But they usually say like the more steps you take toward Him, the more He'll come to you. So I mean, day by day, you may see me. You know what I'm saying? Like it just said it like we all fall at some times. We all slip. We're all sinners. And I'm not trying to give me no type of cut myself no type of slack, but it's just the fact that the more I seek God, the more I reach Him, the more you should see Him in my life. Now, this is no reason for nobody to judge, but scientists test certain things in science. Now, I'm testing my God, in which I don't need to because I already know how He works. I already know how wonderful He is, but a lot of people don't. So this is a way for me to lead by example. I mean, everybody knows my dreams. Everybody knows what I want to do. Everybody know I have music. I'm a musician. I'm blessed with that. But now is the point of time to actually see God work in my life. Prove something to others as well as myself. And after you prove something so great, something of that stature, it's like, what else is there to prove? Nothing. So that's the plan, that's the mission. God is good all the time. Remind yourselves of that every day. Thank God, hallelujah, shout the highest praise. And I just pray everybody be blessed. That's all I want. I want everybody to be blessed, including myself. So I'm going to get my day started. I can hear school buses out there, so they on the work, they on the job, so it's time for me to do what I have to do. So I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace, love, happiness. Y'all have a good day.